Hey guys, Rogue here. Today, this is going to be like a different video. This is like strictly 100% recorded from my YouTube, which is not really something I do. Just because like I usually don't have the time, but I figure that maybe I'll make one of these maybe once a season or something, and potentially I'll make it more toward the middle of the split rather than the end of the split, so that maybe my guide helps people and they can still act on it rather than, there being only like 20 days left and, them not having enough time to really put it into action. But this is essentially going to be a guide to help you with ranked and ranked only. This isn't like a game sense sort of how to aim type guide. This is going to be just strictly for ranked, and basically, I'll try to keep it consistent. I'll try to bundle all the areas that I need to talk about together, but I do kind of go on rants. So you might want to watch the entire video just in case you miss some crucial information. To start it off, I guess I'm going to put a graphic on the screen. It basically explains the point system in ranked and how everything works. So ranked is a form of Apex that gives or takes points away and places you within a skill category. Bronze 4 being where everybody starts when they play ranked, and Masters, which is where it kind of ends. But basically after Masters, you have like a rank called, or sorry, it's not necessarily a rank, it's more of a tier. There's a tier called Predator, and that's basically where it turns into an MMR leaderboard. And so yeah, in bronze you can't lose any points. If you don't get a kill in bronze and you die right off the spawn, you literally can't lose points. Throughout the entire rank of bronze 4 to bronze 1, that's how it works. The next rank, silver, you do kind of have a punishment. On the chart, there's going to be red squares. Those mean negative points. If you have no kills and you place 20th to 14th, you'll lose 12 RP. You place 13th to 11th, and you have no kills, obviously, you lose 7, 10th to 9th, 2, etc. So, full KP, meaning kill points, is a combination of kills and assists. They cap it at 6, though. So, if you had 0 kills and 6 assists, then you're capped. Good. If you have 6 kills, 0 assists, then you're capped. Good. If you have 3, good. Capped. That's full KP. That's what that means. So basically, if you were to die off spawn, but you had full KP, because obviously 20th to 14th is the same thing. Let's say you died 18th, but you killed 2 teams just before you, full KP, then you're going to get 48 points. So that's Pog. So the placement is your multiplier, and your points are going to be the kills and stuff. So you can only get points up to 6. It's not like 1 kill equals 1 point. It's but like in terms of like KP and stuff, like you get a cap of 6 points, and then what each point represents in the end is based off a multiplier of your placement and stuff like that. So each rank has 4 sections though. So except for Masters, all the sections have the same RP loss or gain within that rank. Each rank does have a higher different ranks, like the better your rank, you're going to have a higher punishment cost and entry cost to play the game. So when we talked about how you could die in 20th and have no KP in silver and you lost 12 points, that's your entry cost and your punishment cost. It's literally the same thing. So you'd lose 12 for just playing that game, basically. And the highest entry cost there is when you're in Masters and Pred, you get minus 60 if you were to die between 20th and 14th. So if no kills 20th to 14th, you die right away, minus 60. So there's a huge punishment cost there, and that's just how that works. And one thing to note is when you reach the next rank, when you reach the next rank, and by that I mean if you're a silver, gold, or platinum player, or even diamond, when you work all your way up through the sections of the 3rd tier, the 2nd tier, and then the 1st tier, you can still go back to the 4th tier. So a rank starts at 4. So gold 4, platinum 4, diamond 4, silver 4, whatever it is, and then you play through, and then you get to diamond 3 maybe, or you get to silver 3 or whatever, and then you get to silver 2, and then maybe platinum 2, and then platinum 1. You can still lose all the same amount of points or gain the same amount of points within that, but your baseline is going to be the 4th, the very bottom of the rank. Your best is going to be 1, however you can still lose all the way through. So once you reach the next plateau, which is the next named rank, if you're at Platinum 1 and then you finish and then you get to Diamond 4, Diamond 4 is your new baseline. You can't go back to Platinum, so you're good. This works for all ranks with the exception of bronze because you don't lose points in bronze, and then masters because in masters you don't really have that tier type section thing. If you're going to play with friends in ranked, make sure you stick with playing with tiers close to you. If you want a better experience, don't play with people that are much higher level because then, you just won't have a good time because you're going to be playing people better than you. And, that's never fun because you don't want to get crapped on and then have to like work through it and stuff like that. So, and then you also cannot play with people that are super far away from you in rank. Like you have to stick close to tiers of people. It's just a rule. They kind of made that rule because there's a lot of cheating situations right now, and I'd rather not get into it too much, but that's a thing. So yeah, I'll mention really quickly that if you are a low rank and you play with someone who's a higher rank, you are going to be playing people of that higher rank, but you will still lose and have your own entry cost that matches your rank. You don't just lose more points because your friend is diamond. He loses 48 points when he plays a game, and if he dies right away, you still lose 12 if you're in silver, for example. So it's not like you're going to lose the same amount of points as him. You're going to gain even more if you win because you have your own system of gaining points and losing points, and he has his own. So that's just a friendly little thing. So let's talk about the splits. A season of Apex is 90 days. A ranked split is 1/2. So 45 days one side, 45 the other. Based on the lore that Apex has, sometimes the legends visit new maps, potentially due to one of them being absolutely destroyed by like a bomb or something or whatever. The map does change in Apex, and that even happens during the split while you're playing it. You might not always get to play one map each season. Like you're not guaranteed to play every single map in a season of Apex. You might be playing during the season when Kings Canyon is removed. You might be playing during the season when World's Edge is removed. You're not guaranteed to be playing, so just be careful and make sure you look out if you don't like certain maps. You don't have to play, things like that. When the ranked split occurs mid-Apex season, you can expect to lose 1.5 ranks. So let's explain it like this. Masters and Predators are the same rank, but the Predator is like a tier within Masters, right? Of the highest MMR. If you're a Masters or Pred player, you go down 1.5 ranks. And this works for every player. If you're a Diamond, you go down 1.5 ranks. Okay, this is going to be for the tips of ranked. This is probably going to be the more important part of the video. I'll try to break things down and really explain certain things about other people's thoughts and why it translates and matters to you. I think I can offer pretty good advice considering I play more ranked on Apex than any other player. Whether you're on Xbox, PlayStation, or PC, I play more than you. It's just kind of how it is. It's just kind of how my grind has been. It's my little story. So some people have different mentalities when it comes to ranked. Some people don't care about the rewards, and I personally don't either. However, I care about myself and my stream, and so me playing ranked and me pushing for a top rank has always been a part of, how you found this video, how you know me, and how it'll be a part of my history in Apex and stuff like that. And I do it for fun. And, so the best thing I can offer you is that you set out a plan and you stick to it. You will 100% see progress if you care to, increase your rank or whatever. Other than the obvious, you need to have a sense of how to play the game. You kind of need gun skill here and there, and you need positioning because when it comes down to it, you don't want to just lose. You can't just follow my advice as a bronze and make it all the way to Pred. You need to have your own sense of how to play the game, and there's other people that have guides and stuff like that on this type of thing. So, feel free to watch them. Lots of people lose themselves in repeating games and start to play with like no care in the world. So, when you're playing for hours on end, a few games go by, a few games go by, a few games go by, and then you start to just fall into this habit of pushing whenever you hear shots, just playing the game and things like that. And I run into the same issue, and also other people just play that way in general. So as long as you do not suck into that, you guys should 100% increase your rank. There's no way around it. Like if you have a decent gun skill, if you know how to play the game, you know how the game works, you have game sense. If you do not stray from the plan, then you will 100% have success. And the tip of the way to play the game is simple, and it really depends on what map you're playing. So if you're playing Kings Canyon, you need to remember that the map is smaller. The map has been played since day one. If you give or take a few areas, that are brand new and the terrain is different, the type of building is different, mostly the map is known. Gunshots can be heard from so far away, and the caged dragons at the POIs, when triggered, can be literally heard from anywhere on the map. Literally anywhere, almost. Not exactly, but literally anywhere. And the best thing to do sometimes, especially for Kings Canyon, is to land at a place with another team. And the place can't be some small building where you're like trying to grab the same gun as the other person, but you need something big, and you need to be able to potentially deck out you and your teammates with fight-worthy gear in like a minute or two, because you need to start fighting in a minute or two if you're going to do this plan. If not, you might as well land alone. The key to landing with another team is that everybody else is so busy with their own fights, with their own looting phase, with their own areas, that you want to get this fight over with so that you can get KP and secure yourself some points before anybody can influence that. There's so many third, fourth, fifth, sixth parties. People just push stuff to have fun. They want to just play. They want to shoot the game, or they want to shoot things. They want to play the game. They just want to do stuff 4 POIs away. They're just going to push. What you want to do is you want to get that fight over with. You should have between 1 and 3 KP, and then maybe you want to wander the map a little bit and see if you can third party a fight. And this is a Kings Canyon tip. And things are different on every map, so you got to know. On World's Edge, that's the biggest map we have. And if you fight in a POI, chances are you have a good minute or 2 or 3 or 4 before another team even shows up or even thinks about showing up. You can take your time a little bit more, and third partying, you don't hear it as far away. You do still hear it, obviously, but for the most part, I would try to definitely on Kings Canyon get your fight over with and third party yourself, because if you start fights with teams, you're just gonna not have a good time, 100%. You don't need to go crazy though. Once you have KP, anywhere between 1 and 3, even like, so for example, if you have 3 and you're like literally right off the bat, or that's like somewhere in the mid game, you're good, dude. You do not need to go crazy. You can just back up, play for position, play for the beacon, play for the ring, and multiply those points into RP, because you got a bunch of points. And obviously, if you're going to play for the ring and you're going to play for positioning, you're going to fight a team later in the game. It's inevitable. So that's where you'll get the rest of it. And if not, either or, you gain placement points. So why not take the risk, or like why take the risk and fight even more just to, there's more of a risk, right? So, that's just the strat. It's boring and it's lame. And to be completely fair, if the rewards for the game matched how good the game was, then more people would play this way. And the more that people play this way and the more people play the same way, the game is more fun. Competitive Apex is super, super fun. And pushing and fighting teams is all based on if it's smart, and it's all situational. But with ranked, it's like a horrible jumble of people playing, stupid, and people camp banners, people, rat, and ratting's not always a bad thing. Ratting can be fun. It's a strat straight up, but and then you have people who just push W and just keep going because they have nothing to lose and they have, they don't care. And so like when everybody's playing in a different way, it's not exactly fun, and it can be boring because you hear everybody else out there having fun, and that's just how it is. And sometimes it sucks, but it doesn't matter. You just, if you want to gain, you got to keep the plan. Sometimes in ranked, you'll see trends. You can choose to partake in the trend or not. A perfect example for you guys is there's like some sort of combination of Octane Pad, Revenant Ultimate, and on Kings Canyon, you have a ton of foliage and trees. So when you're soaring through the air, you can't really be seen with all the branches and stuff and things like that. So if you do that strat, it really helps for midfield pushes because you just won't be seen, things like that. The verticality of Kings Canyon is super high. As an example, if you're literally on Tower 82 and you're looking down on a team in containment, throw down a pad, ultimate up, and jump on them, and they will literally not hear you. There's no inner audio for Octane. There's literally just no audio in the first place because sometimes it just straight up bugs. And if you land on a team's head, they'd literally never know, and they would not see you coming because nobody's looking up at there, or like nobody's looking up there like that. Chances are you're gonna get away with it, and if not, you get sent right back to the totem. So no worries in the world. That type of thing doesn't work on other maps. You have to realize that. Like I said, the verticality, the trees block sight lines. Imagine that you try to do that stuff on, Olympus or Olympus or World's Edge. The maps are way different. There isn't even close to as much high ground on those maps. There's no sight lines that block open fields like trees do. There's no trees on those maps. The Rev Octane meta or trend is definitely going to fail. So you got to pay attention to why a trend is good if you're going to partake in it, and not just do the same thing starting a split with a new map, things like that. Make sure that you pay attention to things like that, because it's important that you don't cause yourself more issues. If you think that you're about to pull up on Olympus Season 8 Split 2 and you're going to pull up with Revenant Octane, probably don't. And another thing is, everyone has different schedules. Not everyone plays for a living, I do. You can't expect to really be a top 10 Predator player if you're working 8 hours a day, so you have to understand that, while you may be as good as one, or you may be whatever, you might not get the rank, and the rank doesn't always matter, truly, to be honest. Nowhere near 1% are the players who watch this going to be attempting a top 10 push, but, there are players that will watch this video that do play 8 hours a day, and that do play, and that's definitely enough to go top 10, top 20, top 30, whatever you want. I played 8 to 10 hours a day on Olympus, and I ended rank 5, and I took days off. I could have gotten rank 4, could have gotten rank 3, but I took my time, and I just wanted to balance things. So you can do the same thing. There's no need to burn yourself out. A lot of people have issues with burning out in ranked, and you just want to make sure that you have a good balance and stuff like that. And if you're somehow unable to burn out like I am, then dude, congrats to you. We just have insane discipline, but are unfortunately super unhealthy. So don't try to be me. I definitely don't recommend it. I don't know why I'm able to play so much with low sleep, but yeah, fair warning. And like I said before, guys, there's tons of guides out there for people who want to improve your aim and your game sense and stuff like that. There's even streams where you can watch top players use the character you also use, and you can try to follow along and take notes and things like that. And that's how you'll build your game sense, is maybe try to take notes on how they play, why they're using their ult, why they're using their Q. Just pay attention here and there, and things like that will improve you. There's 100% people who have come to my stream who have started playing Bloodhound, maybe because I've been recently playing Bloodhound, and they note that I do certain things and why I do it. They've started to copy me, and they also understand why I'm doing it, and then they've also taken that into their game, and they've improved their rank. So just watching players alone and improving their game sense is going to improve your rank. And if you listen to the tip 100%, where you land on a team, get your KP, do not fight, play for placement, play for the beacon, play for the end of the game, maybe third party here and there in the middle, then you should 100% be gaining RP all the time. And that's just the best way forward. If you stray from that, you're going to have issues, and if you watch me on stream, you're going to note that I also have the same issues. But depending on what point it is in the stream, depending on what point it is in the split of the ranked season we're playing, if it's at the very end when no one's going to catch rank 1, or the very end when you're 20,000 RP ahead of the next person, then you can just do whatever you want. At that point, it doesn't really matter. But, at the start is the best time to gain. So this is perfect advice for that. And, I wish you guys luck. Let me know if you guys end up actually making up a better rank. Let me know if this helps. I know it's not the best advice. Well, sorry, it is the best advice. I know it's not the most fun advice, not maybe like what you were expecting maybe, but that's just how it works. I mean, that's just how ranked is built right now. You have people who don't play for the same reasons, so you gotta stick to your own plan and not fall into their reasons and not do their things. So good luck, guys. I wish you a good attempt on your journey. And like I said, comment in the section below and let me know if it helped you. Appreciate that, guys. Enjoy the rest of the split.